Do you have a book recommendation that you could say, if you need to understand all this, you should read this?
That has to do with our landscape.
No, just in general, just in general.
Yeah, probably Extreme Ownership
Hmm.
by Jocko. I
Hmm.
think so. If you want to lead a program, ultimately, there are no excuses. Like that's what he talks about in the book, and the mindset is as the leader, you take extreme ownership of everything that happens. Obviously, he was a Navy SEAL, and just he's just a freak from mindset standpoint,
Yeah.
like that.
Mhm.
So he I think, and he has worked with, corporations and stuff with their leadership, their C-suite level, and what, some of the hard decisions that go behind, having certain people in that department. Those decisions ultimately fall on the leader or leaders of the program. Obviously, like there's leaders above us, right? Like
Sure.
there's our head AD, there's our associate AD, there's the head coach, there's the associate coach, right? So it goes down. But I think like in any position you're in a leadership role, like in a coaching role, which I'm in, like I have to have that mindset of extreme ownership in what I'm doing. Like if things aren't going well, whether it's, recruiting or it's something technically on the mat or whatever it may be, like that ultimately is like me, right? And I feel that. And I think based off of what the landscape is, right? And this is similar to what I've talked about. Basically, the whole message of this is like you have to be fluid and you have to evolve and figure these things out. And if you're pointing fingers like nonstop, like it should be like this, or it should be, it's their fault or whatever it is, like it's not going to get you anywhere. Like at some point, you have to take ownership of what is going on, how you're handling it, how you're communicating it to others, how you're making changes and being fluid with your people or you like even like a simple something as simple as like your training for the week may start on Monday looking like certain thing and it turns into something else based off of what you're seeing, right? So being able to evolve and take ownership of, like this was the plan I had, that was a shitty plan, we should adjust next week, right? Like that's a simple thing, right? And I think the whole message of that book, and he's got a ton of examples of companies that he's worked with or like actual like combat examples of, him or there's another person that helped write it, that they went through and what it looked like for their group and who was in charge. And I think at the end of the day, it's like if you're able to think about the world and about your industry that way, or your business, whatever it is, where you have extreme ownership, it's very it's like very freeing because you're the one ultimately that can do all the as much work, whatever. But if your team doesn't see it that way, and that hasn't been communicated correctly, and you're not living that, then it doesn't work.